Hey there guys, so today we have another review and this is a beer from Farmstead. This is Fear and Trembling, or in Danish it's Fruit af Bøgen. I guess Danish viewers or Peter Master of Hoppets, post below if you have any comments on my Danish. This is, it's actually a beer I've never had, so I'm really excited about this one. This is a smoked Baltic porter. Smoked malts, it's a collaboration with Kiesmeyer. And it is a Baltic porter, so it has reasonable differences from an Imperial Stout. Whereas the stout porter has sort of been blurred in modern brewing. Traditionally, the Baltic porter was an export beer, obviously traveled around the Baltic area, but it was a top fermented beer, so it used lager yeast. This beer uses lager yeast, so that is the difference between Imperial Stout and a Baltic porter on just a basic sense. There are other differences, but again, lager yeast. Granted, some modern brewers will call a beer a Baltic porter and still use ale yeast. This one is lager yeast. Obviously, Sean Hill holding up to tradition. So let's dig in this beer. The beer comes in a nice black color. This kind of that's kind of creamy, kind of like brown head on that. Let's get the aroma on this. Yeah, wonderful sweetness up front. It's like brown sugar, caramel. A little bit of like milk chocolate, onto a little bit more sweetness, a little bit of woodiness on this one as well, a little bit of like licorice and earthiness. Cheers. Wow. By the way, guys, this is a 9% beer. Does not taste like that at all. Definitely showing the lager yeast. Granted, I don't think I would have been able to guess that is a lagered beer, but it shows itself knowing that because it is so dry and clean on the finish. It just glides away very wonderfully. Up front, wonderful sweetness, again with that kind of like caramel toffee, burnt caramel kind of flavor, a little bit of like medium dark chocolate. Hints of fruitiness, definitely an underlying kind of fruitiness, a little bit of like dried date and plum, dried fig kind of flavor, a little bit of that. Not too much sweetness from that kind of fruitiness, but a hints of this kind of fruitiness going on, dry dark fruit underlying the beer. And then on the back end, you get a little bit of like licorice, a little bit of earthy quality, and it could be some like woodiness. It's certainly not like this kind of like big smoke bomb, not like a Rauchbier, but it's more towards like a hint of like an acrid flavor. So like something like overly burnt. You sort of get that kind of bitterness on the back end, but not too intense. Again, it doesn't taste like a smoked beer. Without knowing, you just think it would be just kind of the smokiness from like the roast or something. Yeah, really nice. Nice and creamy mouthfeel, medium to medium plus mouthfeel. But what I like about this beer is, again, it's so balanced. Wow. For 9%, this is like the most dangerous imperialized porter or stout that you can get. Like, it is so clean on the palate. You get wonderful balance on this flavor, on this beer. It's very much a Farmstead beer with just the amount of finesse and refined kind of qualities on this beer. The balance of sweetness, hints of dark fruit, roasty qualities, onto a little bit more sweetness, and then it just glides away really wonderfully on the tongue, onto a little bit more bitterness, lingering bitterness, licorice, earthiness, and this kind of like woodiness. Yeah, it's awesome. Whereas an Imperial Stout, you might be sitting there and sipping it. It has this residual sweetness. You're smacking your lips. It has this kind of like lingering like roasty quality. This beer just glides away wonderfully. It's a very elegant beer for 9%. If a 9% beer could be elegant, this is it. It's fantastic beer. I'm gonna give this a, let's give this a 96 minus. Really nice stuff. It's just balanced for all days. It is what Sean Hill does. I mean, this is just a fantastically well-built beer. So until next time, guys, cheers. By the way, Fear and Trembling is actually a piece by Kierkegaard. So if you have any comments, post below. If you have any, like, quick notes about Kierkegaard, that'd be really interesting. Let me know what you think about the Baltic Porter style if you've had this beer. And until next time, guys, cheers. Later.